Oi, oi, cunt, bro. Good to see you, cunt mo po. Hope you're all well with it. Day off today, so I thought I would stick up a wee early one. Cunt, I haven't, mate. I've said, Sammy boy, how you doing, bro? Cunt, I haven't, mate. I haven't. No answer any my voice note. I'll leave him for a couple of days. Cunt, mate. But you keep that fucking chin up, my friend. You need to you need to chat, mate. You know I'm only on the other end of your phone. You know that. I'm only on the other end of your phone. How he's doing, guys? What he's been up to? You had a good night last night. Aye, Clint, that's not just Ingrid, mate. If you need that, you know where I am, my friend. You know that. I'd like to think you know that, but I'm going to leave Jay for a couple of days. I think I got a bit fucking annoyed at certain things that were getting wrote in the chat and whatnot else, and he's got a bit upset by it. But it is what it is, mate. You just got to give me space. I don't know, maybe we'll reach out to somebody different rather than me. Maybe I'll reach out to Squirrel or Monk or yourself, mate. You know what I mean? Pablo. Aye. That's actually next in the DJ box, mate. It's good to see you, Pablo, mate. Definitely good to see you, mate. That's what I'm going to change your name to, Pablo Switzerland. And that's me not being a prick. That's me just saying what it is, mate. Oh, so what's the plans today then, Trips? Have you got any plans today? He's gone anywhere? Have he's got work to go to or whatnot else? So my holidays just started back in my work, and I wasn't even a day there wasn't even a day by that I actually went in and took 3 holidays. I just can't be arsed now, man. I really can't. And my good other half, she's away visiting her mum overnight tonight, so I have a full day to myself, full day and night to myself. So you'll probably find out I'll be live a couple of times a day. I'll probably maybe stick a couple up. But happy birthday to your mum, Clint. Pass that message on for me, my friend. $100%, Pablo, bro. 100%, mate. As I say, man, we all in the heat of the moment, man. We Big Mac, bro. How you doing, mate? Clint, man, you get some petrol in that car and get your ass up here, mate. I've got a spare room in there, mate, so you don't need to worry about fucking Houth and Hame, mate. I've got a spare room in there, mate. The only bad point is it's got pink covers, so you'll need to deal with some pink covers. So I kind of went to bed early last night, man. Went in and said a couple of things, and I think it was wee squirrels chat. I was just too tired, man, and obviously with the bullshit in the last couple of days, man, it kind of took its toll, man. Yeah. Pablo, you know me too well. No, it's just, do you know what's kind of how we meet? Obviously, I don't know if you'll agree with what I'm going to say, but obviously we all started coming together. I know you're Pablo, don't worry about that, mate. 100% Clint, it is. Obviously, a lot of people who were at different sides of the fence came together for the TNK stuff because collectively everybody knew it was wrong. You know what I mean? And that's been what, one. Do you know what I mean? That's been like 1-2 weeks now, right? And just the way I see it is there's, because of this big enemy now, he's only rearing his head when it suits him. It's kind of leaving us with nobody else to go at. Yo, Gav, bro. It's kind of leaving us. It's kind of leaving us with nobody to hang with, so we're actually having a wee go at each other now. And I hope, Gav, mate, always love, bro. Always love, mate. You should know that. It's kind of letting us have a wee dig at each other again, man. You know, I'm guilty at too, by the way. I'm guilty at too, and I've always tried to pride myself on no being involved in that. But by lo and behold, I fell victim of the. How we doing all day? I fell victim of the bullshit too. Mean a guy who would normally a guy who we normally go on and whatnot else. But two is a big enough men to understand, you know what I mean? End of the day, fucking, if we think about it, it was fucking handbags at most, you know what I mean? I've got respect for men who act like men and who try and sort things out for men. Look after their families and provide for their families, man. And that's one thing that Monk is. He's definitely a family man. Loves his kids, loves his wife. You know, mate, and I've got nothing but respect there for that. You know what I mean? And as I've said, man, fucking, I've not been to that kind of side yet, so I can't really judge Monk on his reaction because I've no had what Monk's had, you know, and that's where I think I was wrong. I think I was wrong for not looking at the bigger picture and just. I think that's. I didn't take any of that into account because could I put up with what the wee man's put up with? I don't think so. I genuinely don't think so because I wouldn't be too happy. And what I did see, guys, and Lammy's the other night there, man, was disgusting, man, with the way they're speaking about that guy's missus. Come on, guys, man. It doesn't matter if you like the good morning, secret squirrel, darling. It doesn't matter if you think he's the biggest cunt in the world, man. That's his fucking wife. Get a grip, people, man. Come on. She's a mother. You know what I mean? She's not coming on here roaring her head off. She's not coming on here fucking calling people nonsense and calling all this, man. She carries herself fucking well. You know what I mean? But there's no room for that in here, guys. Come on, man. Let's have a wee bit more fucking respect for it. Yeah, I seen that, Big Mac. I seen that. Yeah. As I said, even though the situation between me and Monk hadn't been like properly resolved yet, I still found it abhorrent. You know what I mean? And there were a lot of things getting said with people that I didn't expect it from. But as I say, we learn something new every day. You know what I mean? And I don't know these people's. Yeah, Gav, 100%, man, 100%, man. As I say, mate, regardless what me and Monk had going on, man, I still had the utmost respect for Observer. You know what I mean? Still had, and regardless whether he's thinking this or not, I still respect that Monk, because at the end of the day, he's a working father. You know what I mean? We can all have fucking wee stupid fucking fallouts, whatnot else, man. He's the guy's still a working father. You know what I mean? He's still, do you know what I mean? I think he's understand what I'm trying to say, man. He's still doing things the right way. You know what I mean? A lot of families don't have the luxury of having two parents at home and having a dad in the kid's life and that, man. But that takes sacrifice, man. And a lot of people think past that. You know what I mean? A lot of people think past that. That is challenging on itself. You know what I mean? But as I say, it's all good. It's all good, man. And I think we need to start knocking this shit in the head, man. For a God, it shouldn't be a case of like over women and children. Or man, come on, this shouldn't even. We shouldn't even be thinking like this, man. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's just me, man. Maybe other people think it's all right, but I know to a lot of things on here, I'm green under a gill's like, you know what I mean? I'm certainly not a hardened pro on here. I'm susceptible to making an ass of myself to, you know what I mean? If I'm being honest, man, I can't fucking call out anybody. Yes, exact. Big Mac, I totally agree with you, pal. Totally agree with you. As I say, regardless of way you look at it, I've not exactly fucking made the greatest decisions that I've come on here to, you know what I mean? I certainly haven't, mate, you know what I mean? Who I align myself to and whatnot else, man. But that was a learning thing for me too, mate. You know what I mean? And essentially, this is what it is, mate. I'm still learning, mate. Listen. There is certainly I don't think that there's not going to be a point where I'm going to fuck up on here, mate. I think everybody fucks up at some point. You know what I mean? And that doesn't out withhold me. You know what I mean? We all say shit. How we doing, GC? You wee shit stirring cunt, you. Oh, there's a lot of that, Gav. There's a lot of that, Gav. There definitely is a lot of that, mate. So, Gav, do you know what he's doing today? Big Mac, you anything planned today? I'm a wee bit perplexed with. Oh, good, Squirrel, darling. All good, 10. You working today, pal? Ah, good on you, Gav, mate. a good wee sauna to start off the day, bro. It's not a very pleasurable day where I am, mate. I don't know if it's any different for you, mate, but it's I would be making sure you're drying yourself right after a sauna, mate, because that's the cold will fucking set in quite good there, bro. I am. Exactly, for Pablo. The guy, and as I said, the guy realizes that himself. I didn't even need to say that to the guy. I fucking knew he did. You know what I mean? I knew he would have, man, because he's got fucking wee kiddies easy. And then listen, anger takes us to a bad place at times. We've all got different levels of anger. Do you know what I mean? We've all got different levels that can take us to. You know what I mean? Me, I'll be perfectly honest with you. If you think that the wee man was over the top, that's nothing to compare to what I used to be like, man. Pablo, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. But aye, that's nothing, and Sammy Hamburgers will be able to attest to that one for us. And that's why I can't fucking, who am I to pull people up on their anger, you know what I mean? I'm just Joe Blogs, you know what I mean? Coming on here to try and have a fucking laugh. But as I say, man, it seems what people don't realise is behind things. We don't know what's going on in people's lives, you know what I mean? And it certainly does. It can affect us in different ways, you know what I mean? No, I'm not saying that Monk is. I'm just saying, like for instance, me, you know what I mean? The last 4 or 5 weeks for me has been really challenging out with the YouTube, you know what I mean? And I test my reaction to the other night there on that because normally I can hold my own, you know what I mean? But as I say, I'm no fucking different from Monk. Not in any way. I'm no different from Gab B. I'm no different from Pablo, man. You know what I mean? We're all susceptible to making a fucking bad mistake or making saying something stupid or saying something outlandish. But as I say, man, I'm not going to keep going back over it, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, fucking put to bed. Stupid fucking thing put to bed. How we doing, Doc, my pal? Well, you are a different fucking breed, GC, man. Definitely a different breed. I meant to say to you, GC, mate, was somebody having a dig at you the other day again? I don't know if you took that as a dig. You know, somebody from the same land as you. I ended up fucking I wouldn't say talking to Lockie, but the twos were messaging a bit on this in a chat, man. You know what I mean? And it just kind of hanged to me, man. I'd never a fucking problem with Lockie. The fella had never done me any fucking wrong. He really didn't. Don't get me wrong, I never said a bad word about the guy, and I never called the guy out or fucking hang with it. It just wasn't my place to do it because at the end of the day, it's yes, it certainly is, Gab. At the end of the day, man, Lockie always treated me with the same as I gave him, and that's it. And I was glad to fucking speak to the guy. Glad to get a couple of wee fucking messages with him, you know what I mean? As I say, I kind of sidelined myself. I shoehorned myself into a bracket. And I kind of noticed I had done that, man, where a lot of people I think a lot of people were kind of, wouldn't say shocked, but perplexed, maybe like, why is he doing that? You know what I mean? But as I say, it's all a learning curve, innit? It's all a learning curve. That part is fucking way behind me now. You know what I mean? That's way behind me now, mate. I'm moving forward, man. Moving forwards with some bumps in the road, I suppose we can say. Nah, he's a sound fella. Even when at that point the guy had said all right a couple of times to me, I know, man, but you could tell he was put in a bit of a position to the same as I was. But to be honest, I should have been marry a fucking man, and you know what I mean. I did do that with Gav. You know what I mean. I was more a man towards like Gav and Richard. You know what I mean. At the end of the day, they two guys welcomed me with open arms. You know what I mean? And I refused to fall out with good people. You know. Oh, listen, mate. Gav, over the last 3 years, mate, I've came as close as I've ever to that within bad neighbours and cheeky boys. You know what I mean? Cheeky boys that styling about me. I've been very close myself. Gav, I like the way you carry yourself, Gav. Even though you're shite at football and you're surrounding yourself with young boys to make yourself look amazing. What one was that, GC, mate? I went to bed. Was that late last night? I thought the last thing I seen We Squirrel was live, and I had went in and just put. I think I wrote in the chat a couple of things. I was too knackered, mate. He must have done one later on then. I'll need to go back and watch it. GC, just by any chance have you been dragged into that situation yet? Are you a bastard again by any chance? We can make it that fucking Peter Mandelson carry on, guys. Wow. Starmer's clinging on to his job with the fucking fingertips. Doc. Oh. I hope you're not doing it Bothwell, mate, doing it the cat and dog home. You know that, GC? Dog's a bit fucking 400 years away from a cat and dog home. Wait you see is fucking TNK will end up moving up next day, Doc. To be closer to his passion. Well, Gav, 100%. At the end of the day, see all the ones that's kind of, well, all the ones that's coming out in these files and all that, they're all sacrificial lambs to save the bigger players, like, you know. And then if you're no want to fucking play the sacrificial lamb, if you're no want to to play that game, then you disappear. That's exactly what's happening there. You know what I mean? That fucking... Is it shut down now, mate? I didn't know it's shut down. Oh, Doc. He would have had a fucking field day in there, mate. I mind years ago, my dad got me a wee Jack Russell for in there, Doc. Right, and my mum and dad had just separated. My dad had just got this wee fucking dingy flat, mate, on the second floor of a house and tenement kind of thing. And it was my birthday, and I went in to see my dad in his new house. You know, it was fucking just in the middle of painting and that. And I walks in, my dad says, "Happy birthday." He didn't have a great deal of money at that point, man, obviously, because he wasn't working at the time. And so he got me a dog for there, man, this fucking Jack Russell. I walked in the door, and the dog ran towards me, man. Started licking my horn. Oh, I was over the fucking moon, man. I said, "Oh, I've got a wee dog, you know," and I'm cuddling it. And I'm sitting in it. I couldn't have been any happier, man. And my dad's like, "Right, I'm going to make your dinner. What do you want to eat?" And I shouted, "Dad, just whatever you're making." And I've turned around to look at the wee dog. There he was. And I've turned around to look at the wee dog and get a wee clap, and the thing fucking bought me a belter right in the chin, then fucking set about me. Man, I just let a roar out at me, and my dad come right through the fucking, right, running into the living room, man. Running out and opened the bay windows, just right up and grabbed the dog and fucked the dog right out the window. Don't get me wrong, it didn't die. It just fucking, it wasn't as high as you think, man. But the wee dog got up and just started fucking bolting. My dad's like, "A bastard." That cost me a tenner. I don't think he's got that. I think he did, Gav. I think he did. I don't think it'll be that easy for Maxwell, Pablo, but I don't think it will. I don't think Trump. I think he's got to watch where he's treading now, where he's backing the Israeli kind of lobbyists and that, mate. I think he would be making a massive mistake with doing that. But hey, you never know, mate. Yeah, listen, stranger things have happened, Pablo. Stranger things have happened. But what I have noticed, what is coming to light in America now is that, and even in Britain, it's coming to light now how much the Zionists have infiltrated society and their monetary systems. You know what I mean? But I genuinely thought for years the left was the main kind of culprit for our society, you know, for all the problems and whatnot else. But no. Well, I suppose, Pablo, that's what I'm saying, mate. Nothing surprises me nowadays, Pablo, with politics in that show. But I'm a firm believer, mate. All this is all just theatrics for us. This is all theatrics, and it's how we said there. That's all deception. Oh, yeah. If you look at it, mate, Venezuela was obviously just another proverbial land grab. Greenland the same, and it's just, if you look at what Netanyahu said, I mean, what will we do with Greenland? What will we do with Greenland, you know, and a speech he had? I think they've already, I think that he is already, I think he's been moved out of certain residencies, and I don't even think it's the king that's done this. I think William has orchestrated all this. I think it's William that's orchestrated, because I don't think the king is as well as we think he is. I don't think we'll get a full 10 years out of the king being king. And it can only be better if William comes in my opinion. You know what I mean? But I think it's William that's running court on what's going on there and whatnot else, because at the end of the day, see, this is it, mate. Our justice system's two-tiered. You know? It always has been. It always will be. You know? You can't try guys for peddling when the guys who are sending you to jail are doing the same. You know? It's, as I've said before, the only thing, and I'm not advocating for this, by the way, not in the slightest, but just a complete change, you know, a civil war. Not that I want that. I'm just saying we need to change the system. We need to change how the system operates, and we need to change it for the benefit of us instead of the benefit of them. In my opinion, Westminster should be fucking bombed off the face of this earth. And listen, I love being part of the United Kingdom, right? I was brought up in that, but I'm not stupid. If you can understand that, I'm not stupid. I come away from my kind of upbringing when I was 12, 13, 11, something like that. And I stepped away from it because I seen it was all bullshit, you know. So we need a total fucking whitewash to politicians, total whitewash of government. And as I've said before, I do believe we should be putting things into proper accord regarding any government ministers should not be able to gain extra money through their job, i.e. they shouldn't be in a place where they can guarantee votes for money from pharmaceuticals, big pharma, big tech, and all these other big conglomerates, all these logistical people and that, man, the money that they're putting, it all needs to stop, man. There needs to be a total crash for all that to change, and the people to write a new constitution, a proper constitution. This I don't know how you feel about this, man, but it's something that I've kind of argued with myself with. You look at America and all their amendments and their rights and whatnot else. I love the fact that America's got the right to bear arms. And we seen the mistake that was made there. The English seen the mistake that was made there to give them that power, and that's why it was never brought here, because they knew that then there was a way of overturning the system, you know. But I seen the national minimum wages going up, guys. What is it going up to? If any you know? See, I've always wondered what that was, because there's there's a lot of industry now that, for years and years has been a proper trade, and now the difference between that trade and the minimum wage is so little now. It's now the for instance, you look at welding, right? And I'm not just talking about ship welding and stuff like that. That's a different, and power station stuff and that's a different bracket. But I'm talking bog standing welders who do structural steel work and that. They've got a way round about it to say semi-skilled. This is a new term they've come out with over the last 10 years, 15 years. Semi-skilled, to so they can cut the wage and get the same job done. And that is happening all over the steel industry at the moment. And in some places, you're lucky if you're getting paid 14.5 quid an hour for a skilled job. That guy's spent 4 years and a year of his life in college. Personally, I think that's disgraceful, man. Now, what I have found out recently as well, that how we doing, Kenzie? I hope everyone's all right, pal. Pablo, mate, hope he's fine. But I don't. I just see the total collapse of all our industries happening round about us. You know what I mean? Is that what it is, Outlaw Bro 1271, mate? Fucking hell, man. That's crazy, man. See, when the price of things now, Outlaw, man, how the fuck are you supposed... Honestly, see if you're getting paid £12.71. How can you afford to run a house? Yeah, Gav. But how are you supposed to run a house? Have the nuclear family, 2, 3 kids, wee boy and a wee girl. How the hell are you supposed to live? How are you supposed to be able to do anything? And that's right, that's it. Yeah, just it's scary. I don't know if I'm thinking about the right thing here, GC, but that's who I was thinking about there, Gaff. I might be wrong, but that's who I was thinking about there. Wee shops. I'm saying wee shops, man. He's fucking bigger than me. Oh, right. YouTube. Every time that name comes into my mind, that's what I think of. That's what comes into my mind. YouTube. He's just got this weird way he's saying that. and it sticks in my mind. That's the first thing that comes into my mind when he says that, man. To be fair, the laddie's never done anything never done anything wrong to me, but wow. You know, you're bang on there, bro. You're bang on there, mate. And it's Captain Cave. I've not thought of that in years. Patrick Conroy. Gav, you have a good day, my friend. Take care, mate. Aye, you're 100% right, outlaw, my pal. To jump to double tax, you know what I mean, after the space of what, £1, £2, it's crazy, mate. And this is why we'll always be in that bracket, that middle bracket, mate. Unless the business that you've got is a well fucking no. GC, put up. GC. Oh my fucking god, man. Gavin, you have a good day, my friend. Take care, my pal. So, it's thing we say that it's all circumvented for us to stay at a certain level, mate. The likes of yourself, outlaw, with a business, you know what I mean? Even with guys working with you, you know what I mean? You've got workers and whatnot else, bro. It used to be that they actually they implored people to have businesses, and there was a lot of funding and whatnot out there out for it and that. But it just seems now that it's against that. It's against economic growth. It's against people bettering themselves. You know what I mean? It really does, outlaw, bro. And I take my hat off to you for fucking having a business in this climate, mate. The type of business you've got, whether it's probably something that you're always going to need. So in that sense, mate, you're alright. Yeah, you know what I mean. You're trading that, and the business you've got, mate, will always kind of need that. You know what I mean. So that is one kind of good thing. But as you say, businesses being taxed what they're taxing, it's crazy. And then you've got all these big conglomerates like fucking Amazon, Facebook, eh, you've got all of them that are fielding their companies and shell companies and basing them out of different things so they pay minimal tax. I mean, if you look at Amazon, man, look at if you go and look at all their stuff, it's as cheap as shit, man. See some of the stuff, don't get me wrong, if you look at Temu and TikTok and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean, it's all basic shit, right? Doesn't matter what way you look at it, man, it's all basic shit. That's what I was kind of meaning, mate. It's pushing you when it becomes a fact that it becomes merely a hindrance to run a company than actually move. Do you know what I mean? Aye, mate. Oh, Doc, you better go and give him a wee fucking cuddle, Doc. Give him a wee Catholic cuddle, Doc. I'm sure GC will be happy with a Catholic cuddle. I don't know if anybody's live or but yeah, guys. I'll stick a link out for 5, man. To be honest with you, I've got this toilet cabinet hanging to build, and I've got stuff to do at the back. Oh, there's the grafter. How you doing, Hen?
I'm alright, mate. Just on my break, so I thought I'd jump up and say hello. How you doing?
Brand new, darling. Brand new. Last night, Hen, I was absolutely knackered last night. And I just popped in for like in 2 minutes, Hen, just to say fucking hi and back again, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's cool.
There's the outlaw.
See what I was saying about the regulations and all that now, and all these new taxes and fucking national insurance stuff that's coming.
Yeah.
Do you ken that company Revolt, the bank company, trading company and everything, man?
Yes,
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
So the CEO of that's left to move to fucking Dubai, right? His tax he paid $4 billion in tax every year, lad, right? Do you care how many average taxpayers that takes to make that amount of money in tax revenue?
Oh, million.
470,000 people, mate.
Wow.
And then look at the fucking, I think it's like 15,000 millionaires have left London. Again, that's like tens of billions of tax money.
Wow.
I'm not bad. How's yourself?
The country's gone to
Even
fuck,
you see the stats, the way you're putting them out there, mate. Fuck me, man.
Okay, I mean, that's 4 billion. If you imagine what 10 billion is, that, mate, that's like fucking 1.2 million taxpayers.
Yep. I mean, what is it we've got in Britain? We've got something like fucking 25 million workers, am I right?
Nah, it's more than that, mate. It's more than that.
Are you sure? There doesn't seem to be many.
But saying that, it might not be because what's the total population? 6 to 8. You probably like fucking a lot of them will be under 16. A lot of them will be retired. So you're probably right.
Yeah.
25, 30 million.
Aye, that's what I kind of thought. It would have been round about that. But, aye, mate, even my brother, he's starting to feel the pinching on you, outlaw, like yourself, you know what I mean? He's you know, mate, your insurance fucking premiums and that, mate, it's through the roof. It's fucking crazy.
It's like my job, Wishy. We're well paid, but because of how much you get taxed on food and shit, we're almost on minimum wage by the time you pay everything, like.
They need their tax relief, or especially in Scotland, just a fucking tax bracket at 30% on this.
See, this is the reason why I was against Scotland having independence, because for a certain amount of time, we would have been on fucking hyper tax.
Aye, but I reckon Scotland can get away for that, mate, because if you look at, like, Scotland's population is like, what, 12% of Britain, right? But we make up 23% of all exports.
That's true.
And what's happened to, right? That fucking Starmers went out of China and just signing deals with them, right? And I can guarantee, because this happens with every deal that China makes, and that's a bit like the Venezuela thing, right? As every deal China makes, if the host country can't keep up with the deal, they get access to all your resources. So Scottish Oil and Gas is in that fucking deal, mate, right? And all that deal's got to do is stop manufacturing in Britain.
What are you on the day, Jim?
So there's our economy totally gone, and if it can't fucking live up to your end, there's Scottish fucking Oil and Gas